We got some stir-fry veggies, teriyaki meatballs we're making on Saturday, fajitas, or veggies with fajitas. Oh, got some pork chops, some pasta, chicken thighs, ice cream, and some burger patties. Good. Taking notes. And then I did just do a fridge clear out, but in true family fashion, it gets messed up. That's okay. Alright, and this is all planned out. I don't think I have anything leftover pizza. That won't last very long. I need some more eggs. Okay, good. Meal planning. Yeah, I know how most of us feel about meal planning. It's monotonous, it is repetitive, and it is not one of the most enjoyable parts of homemaking, but it can be. And I'm going to give you a few tips and tricks right now to help you and guide you in your meal planning, to give you fresh ideas, help you get it done. So I have gone through my freezers. You see me here going through them, and I'm just making sure to see, because oftentimes, especially with the fridge, especially in the freezer in the garage, it is really hard for me to remember what I have going on in there. I need to organize it. We just found this on Facebook Marketplace, thank you, for $90, this used one. And obviously it's a little bit old, but it works like a charm, and we have tons of room. So I need to figure out organization and stuff like that. So as you see me going through it, it's like, what? Don't worry, we'll figure that out, and I'll take you guys with me, because we all know we love organizing ideas. So I've gone through both freezers, looked through my fridge real quick, and my cupboards, which I didn't get a picture of that because y'all don't want to see that. It's a mess right now. We're getting there. You know, it's spring cleaning. We're doing the things. We're getting organized. We'll get there. This is I think it's our 3rd month being in this house. So I feel like we should have definitely did it in the beginning, but like I was in no place to do all that. So I have a few things written out here just to give you guys some little tips and tricks to do your meal planning. Now you have to decide, okay, are you wanting to meal plan a week, 2 weeks, a month at a time? And it can be done either way. I have meal planned like a month in advance, and then I just grocery shop. Like usually what I'll do is because I have my once a month checkups with baby, where the Costco is locally, because we're in a really small town, so we don't have one close to us. We have to drive 45 minutes away. And so I do once a month Costco shopping, and that is usually like my month-long bulk buying, maybe some prepping, like and maybe some just like have, you know, pantry stocking. That's usually when I do that, and then I'll go every other week, maybe every week, depending on like what my schedule looks like, what needs to be done. Produce is usually like once a week. I have found it hard to buy produce, one, that stays in the house without the kids eating it, or two, getting bad, or just like it just going bad. So I usually do produce once a week, and then like fill the holes that I need, because I usually will need milk and stuff, because I can't keep what we go through in milk, because I do have a baby who drinks milk for like bedtimes and stuff like that, plus, you know, having a large family, and my husband has protein shakes that he uses milk for. So we use a lot of milk, and keeping that on hand is just not that easy. So I plan, right now I've been planning a week at a time. It's easier for me to do that. It helps me to keep things fresh and not just like monotonous, and that's what works for me. I have like kind of like a system where, you know, I sit down once a week, plan out my week, plan out meals that will fit according to that, you know, and then that's what I do. So this is what works for me, but you have to decide, okay, you know, maybe you get paid every other week, so that would work for you to be able to plan like that. Or maybe you're just like, hey, you know what, I would rather have the month done and just have to do the grocery shopping, and that is good too. I used to have a friend who would do that and would actually like repeat most of the meals every week for the month, so it made it easier for her. But this is just, you know, I'm not going to get into all of that. You decide what you want to do as far as like timelines of meals, and I will help you with the rest. Now, I do have like a master list, and I'll kind of go, I'm trying to figure out how to do a video about this, because I would love, like, I could totally include this in the video, you know, in the description, and you guys can just print it out, but then you have a bunch of ideas but no recipes, and that I don't really want to do that. And I know a lot of the times things you'll see like, okay, chicken cordon bleu casserole, right? Like, not a lot of people, I didn't know about that until somebody shared a recipe like through Pinterest for me. So it's like, what is chicken cordon bleu casserole? Like, how do I make that? What does that look like? So I don't want, like, I will share this. I will include this in the description just so you guys can have like ideas of what my master plan or my master list looks like. But I think I'm going to do a separate video and make sure that I have like recipes included, like maybe like a free printable or something like that I have to figure all of that out. But I do have a master list, and this is something that you guys could totally figure out too for your family, what works for you. But I'll probably just do a separate video on that, guys, because I don't want to bog you down with a bunch of stuff in this video. So, creating a meal plan. You see me go through my freezers and my fridge, and like I said, my cupboards. Okay, I went through everything, made a list of like, what do I have, especially like making sure that you have like those pork chops I forgot I had in there, in my kitchen freezer. I forgot I had those because they were like buried at the bottom. So that is something that I'm most definitely going to use this meal plan week. And like one of the first things, like, I need to decide what to do with that. And I've already decided what I'm already going to make smothered pork chops with like mashed potatoes and stuff like that. But I go through all my freezers, make a list of what I have because I don't want to forget, and then I will like look at what I have in my cupboards. Okay, what is going to go with the stuff that I have in the fridge or the freezer that I need to use up, and that's kind of how I start there. So go through, number one, go through your freezers, your cupboards, your cabinets, stock pantry, whatever. Look at expiration date, look at things that have been in there probably that need to be used up, or that you just forgot about. Start there and figure out meals for those first, and then you go into I will ask for requests. So this week my daughter was like, I want macaroni salad and I want artichokes, and I don't care how you do that. So I actually, and this was after I already figured out my whole meal plan and everything like that, and so I had to go through and basically I switched my spaghetti and salad day from, I think it was like Tuesday, I want to say like Tuesday, to my Saturday meal, what we would be having dinner for Saturday, which was barbecue chicken sliders, like shredded chicken sliders, and some veggies. And I just switched it around so we can do that, because I thought, you know, I had artichokes that I had in the fridge that I forgot about that were gonna go bad. Luckily our fridge is like way colder than it should be, and so it kept it good. But so I just switched things around, made the artichokes happen, made macaroni salad because I thought that would go better with the chicken sliders. But she got to pick last week's, like 2 different meals last week. So she doesn't get any suggestions this week. So my daughter Layla, she wanted just regular tacos. So last week I made like a taco lasagna, which went on my master list because I really did like it. But she was just like, I just want regular tacos this week. And I think like the week before that I did enchiladas. So we usually do like a Taco Tuesday, Mexican inspired cuisine meal on Tuesdays, just because it's like a fun thing, and we really love Mexican food, so it's like we are okay with having it every single week. And so she wanted regular tacos. So I have some ground turkey in the fridge, or I have some ground turkey in the freezer, in the deep freezer, so I'll use that for tacos this week. But that was like a quick, easy one. And the rest of it, like I have beans that I use, like dried beans that I just make my own beans with. And so really it's just the produce that I'll need for that. So easy, cheap meal because I already have most of it on hand. And then she also wanted cheeseburgers and fries, which was great because I have hamburger patties in there that need to be used up. And so we'll just do that for lunch one day because I don't think I have enough for like an entire family meal. But because my husband works during the day, he won't be here, and then my daughter works during lunchtime too. So I have enough for like a smaller group. And then my son really wanted hot dogs, and I don't know if like what we're gonna have with it. We might actually do chili dogs because that's like a family favorite, and I have a few cans of chili in our cupboard, so that's probably what I'll end up doing, but I don't know. And then my husband wants bean and cheese burritos one day, which are super easy. And it's so funny, guys. Before I got married, I assumed men are gonna want, like, husbands are gonna want like steak and potatoes and like these, like, I don't know, not lavish, but just like these, like, you know, not gourmet either, but just like good, dense, like hearty meals like all the time. And it turns out that either my husband is not one of those men, or just men aren't like that, because he really enjoys when I make things like my bean and cheese burritos, which I learned in, I think, middle school maybe, to make. One of my friends, her dad made bean and cheese burritos, so beans, cheese in a burrito, and then you deep fry it, not really deep fry it, but you like fry just like the sides a little bit with garlic salt. And it is, I want to say it's like, when he would come home from deployments, like that was the thing that he wanted me to make, you guys. It is not grand or special in like the least bit, but it is one of his favorite things, and I haven't made it since we've been here, so it's been a few months, and he's like, oh, please make these burritos. So I'm gonna make those for him. It's super cheap and easy to make them, and it just, I don't know, it's just one of those things where you're like, really, dude? That's what, out of all the things that I can make. And after, you know, I've been homemaking for 15 years, like a mom and a homemaker for like 15 years. And we've been married for 11 and a half years. And it's like, dude, all the things that I have learned to make and I can make or like get a recipe for, like I can do a lot. And you want bean and cheese burritos? Okay, your wish. Okay, I'll do it. So those are a couple meals that I'll add onto the list. And that's the second thing that I say. Get like family requests. See what your kids want, what your husband wants, if there's anything like you've been craving. This really helps with like not eating out too, because if you're making things that you guys are wanting to eat, then there's less of the desire to like eat out for things. And then another tip you can do, tip number 3, would be to check your sales ads. See who is having sales on certain things, like maybe chicken breasts are on sale at a store for like a really good price and you want to stock up on it, and you can create some meals with that. Or, you know, dry goods, any of those things. Like you want to check your local ads and see. I know that we have a couple grocery stores around here, and even for the most part, when they even have sales on, like when they have sales, they're usually still not as good as Walmart or Winco. And I've noticed that usually if like my Safeway, which is Vaughn's, depending on certain areas you're in, or there's another like local grocery store, which I don't know really how to compare that. But anyways, like even when those other stores are having sales, it usually is the same. Like they'll, you know, Walmart or Winco will also have those sales or something similar, so they still don't beat them. So I don't usually check my sales ads as much anymore. unless it's like a really good deal. But when they would have sales, it was really good. So if you can get good deals at your local grocery stores, like definitely like meal plan around that, especially right now because inflation is so real and it's only getting worse. I feel like every time I go out, like every week I go, like prices are higher. So we were just having a conversation, my husband and I, talking about, you know, buying a quarter of a cow to help with like beef prices, maybe even a pig, like a half a pig, in the future. Like obviously we're gonna have to like save up and work towards that. And the farmer that we're looking at, it's like deposit by April or so, and then you get it in the fall. So we're thinking about that, especially with the way just like the inflation and prices are going right now. I think it's like the best bet. And I would love to support a local farmer, but you really want to get those deals when they're there. And this is also a tip that I have for like stocking up. If you see something on a good deal and you can afford to get extra, definitely do it. It'll save you in the long run, because now here I am in this situation where it's like, okay, you know, what am I going to make, blah, blah, blah. There was a good deal on ground turkey and now I have extra. So just to, you know, just to give you some ideas that one will help you with budgeting, and with two, like if you see like what's on sale, oh hey, yeah, you know, chicken's on sale, okay, what are some, you know, go-to chicken recipes or something that I can make with chicken, or maybe there's a recipe that you've been wanting to try with, you know, chicken, but it's just been more pricey, or whatever the case may be. Just like check your sales ads. And then like I said, I have a master list, and this is something that I'll go to if going through my freezers and asking the kids, or like seeing what's on sale, if those things don't give me the idea, like the amount of meals that I need, then I will go to my master list. And I also really enjoy my master list because it gives me ideas, because like maybe, like I said, like we love Mexican food, so maybe we have like 3 meals that are, you know, Mexican cuisine, you know, inspired or whatever that week, or like in the last 2 weeks. Sometimes like the kids will get burnt out, or just want to mix it up. And I feel like when you know like what the kids like or what your family likes, you stick to those things and you repeat them a lot. And then there's recipes that you forget that they used to like or enjoy, because you're just like in the whatever. So anyways, I like to use the master list basically to jog my memory as to, you know, just like new ideas or things that they've enjoyed in the past that I can try that I'm just not thinking of in that moment. And sometimes it's just like brain fog or whatever. And I will add to my list, like I'll add to it as we try new recipes, or we go to friends' houses and we eat something new, as we're like experiencing new stuff, and like all the kids, like it's a winner, I'll definitely add it to the list also. So I just want to keep that. So first, you're going to want to, you know, go through your fridge and freezers and cupboards. 2, you're going to want to ask your family and husband, see what they want, what they would like, maybe something that you haven't done in a while that they really enjoy. Check your sales, number 3. And then number 4, have like a master list or some kind of, like some kind of list of some sort with your ideas. And like I said, I'm going to work on a video with that so I can offer that to you guys. I just want to figure out the best way to do that. So do all those, and then, you know, depending on, excuse me, pregnancy symptoms, guys, I just burped. And then depending on, do you want to do a week at a time, 2 weeks at a time, a month at a time, how do you want to do it? And a lot of times too, another little like bonus tip, when you're doing it for like a month, you can easily repeat that every single month and just like switch it up, you know, especially like, so before in the past, one of the things that I've done is have like themes. So one of the ways that I like to save money, especially like when we're trying to be conscious, is meal plan with like days of the week. So it'll be like Monday, it's meatless Mondays. Sorry, my nose is itching, guys. So Monday would be like meatless Mondays, which I think I've done that. I think I've talked about this, where my husband was not a fan of meatless Mondays, so that went quickly out of the what is it called? That quickly went out of the rotation. I think it lasts like maybe a couple weeks, and he was just like, no. So then it's like every once a month or so, I'll still do like Meatless Mondays, where it's like a vegetarian type pizza, or like one of the other things, like I'll do like tofu and like stir fry or something like that, where there's still like some kind of protein, but it just won't have meat. And or like pasta, you know, something like that that you can do that's really good. Like cheesy pasta is really good, and he doesn't mind that. Like he loves pasta. So there are ways that you can, you know, be consistent, and it'll help you. So like Meatless Mondays, you know, okay, hey, like I just have to come up with like some vegetarian option, and it helps get you out of your like cycle of like everyday use of recipes. Like that way you can, you know, get a book, like a vegetarian book, go to the library if you can't afford to buy one, or borrow from a friend. Like I love to see other people's cookbooks and like what their go-tos are or their favorite ones. Asking friends for recipes that they love or something that they've tried recently that they really enjoyed. Like that's such a fun thing to do, and it's something that I really enjoy, seeing like what other people enjoy. So there's an idea that you could, you know, ask other people for ideas, recipes, or when you go over to other people's houses, like things like that, you know, you try new recipes. But so I would have like a Meatless Monday, and then What's Cooking Wednesday would be like the kids get to pick what that we make on Wednesdays. And then Fun Friday was usually something like pizza, like make your own pizzas, or some kind like nachos or something, like a baked potato bar, where they would be able to do their own thing. So, you know, like a baked potato bar, you have a baked potato, you cook a bunch of baked potatoes, which are cheap, actually, which is like, you could have a baked potato, super cost effective dinner, by the way, if you want to do this. And then you just have a bunch of toppings, like shredded cheese, sour cream, green onions, like chives, bacon bits or crumbles. You can have like shredded like pork or chicken. Like there's so much that you can put, like you have chili, you know, like make chili over baked potato. There's so many things you can do, and it's super cost effective. Like it's super cheap to make that. And so we would just have a recipe like that on Fridays. And then we always have one day a week that we eat leftovers, because one, we always have a little bit of something, right? And everybody has a preference of like what their favorite meal was, unless it was like something, a fan favorite, like everybody loved it. And my husband does take leftovers to work for lunches sometimes, but we still have usually at the end of the week. So one of the things that we started doing is on Sunday afternoons for lunch, we do leftovers for lunch, and that way it clears it out for the next week, and it's super easy. Sunday's like my rest day, well, the family rest day, and so we choose to do everything real easy, light work, have everything prepped up. And so like having leftovers on a meal a day, or having leftovers for a meal once a week, clears up all that space, uses up the food, and it's super easy. So it's like one of those grace meals that you can use. Anyways, I hope those are some helpful ideas. I don't want to like get into it, but so that is all like my tips and tricks and pointers as to how you're going to meal plan. Now, I'm going to have you guys be with me as I'm figuring out my meal plan, to see if it like helps you guys out, and like consider like your schedule. Like think about what your schedule is. Do you have anything like busier days? Okay, maybe that's like a crock pot meal or something that you can do easy, or maybe that's like the one day a week, or you know, whatever that you eat out. So consider that. I'm pretty sure we don't have anything else during the week, but I'm just going to give it a once over to make sure. Yeah, I think Wednesday's the only day. Okay, so Wednesday I don't have to, but and when I plan from Monday to Sunday, and I'll just do like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, kind of like that. I know you guys are probably not gonna be able to see. Let me just bring it in closer, just so like I can have an idea that when I'm planning I can keep track of it, and it's not something that I have to like figure out later, or be like planning something on a day, like for instance Wednesday, and then realize, okay, now I have this extra food that I didn't need because I have fellowship group. So I feel like there's a lot. Okay, so Tuesday is tacos because, you know, Taco Tuesday. And then bean and cheese burritos are an easy meal that, oh, what are like our busy days? Oh, excuse me. I think I'll do that on Saturday. Yeah, I'm gonna do that on Saturday because I like to have like a nice, easy day. Bean and cheese burritos with Mexican rice because I love it, and then chili dogs. Let's do that Monday. So, and then with chili dogs, I'll say too, like I think like only half of us eat chili dogs. Everybody else eats hot dogs. So I'll probably do like tater tots or something on that day also, just to have like a little extra. Okay, Wednesday, I'm going to put an X so I don't, excuse me, I'm going to put an X on Wednesday so I don't plan it. Oh, and then something I forgot to mention, I have freezer meals still in the freezer ready. So I have tater tot casserole, meatloaf, chicken enchiladas, and sweet and sour chicken left from my freezer meals. And then I have tortellini, I have the fajita vegetables, I have stir-fried veggies, and I have the noodles in the fridge, and then I have those pork chops and some chicken thighs and the ground turkey. So I think, so camera cut off because it was getting a little long. So I have 3 more meals that I have to figure out with those things in mind. I do want to use those pork chops, so I think on Thursday we'll do smothered pork chops with mashed potatoes, and I want to say, like, what's a good veggie that'll go with that? Oh, I have those, like, California garden veggies. Like, it's like cauliflower, broccoli, and something else, that I have in the freezer. So I'll do that, and we'll do, fajitas with, flour tortillas. And I feel like that would be like more than enough, because you have the steak and the veggies and then the tortilla. Like, that's a good solid meal. And then on Sunday I will do, I'm gonna say probably like, I feel like I have a few easy things. Let's do chili. I have that ground turkey. I have cornbread in there that I really like, sounds good, and then a bunch of beans, like dry beans. So, and that's something that could cook like all day. You know, like I could put it in the Instant Pot, like crock pot mode, and that could be cooking during the day, and I can still like rest, and I don't have to worry about getting dinner done. So let's do, turkey, chili, and cornbread. There you go, guys. That is our meal plan. See how easy it was? It was great. And I didn't even have to pull off of my master list, although I do think like fajitas and stuff are on here. Yeah. Anyways, so I didn't have to pull off the master list. We were able to just by using what I already have in the freezers and my cupboards and like ideas from the kids. And I will say that's more requests / input from my family than I normally get. There's usually just like one person who's like, hey, can we have this? And it's usually like, if my older son were to request something, it's usually for breakfast, and I didn't have any of that. So that's dinner. And then I don't know if you guys want to see what I do for lunch and breakfast, but I feel like those things are easier to do. If you do want me to do like a meal plan, breakfast and lunch type situation, definitely let me know down in the comments so that I can do that for you guys. I would love to. It's, you know, I'm doing it anyways, and if it gives you any guys, and it gives you guys any insight or input or help, then I would love to do it. I just feel like this video is already getting super long and I don't want to add to it. If you like this video, found it helpful, insight, you liked my tricks, please let me know by giving me a thumbs up. By giving me a like, it really lets me know what kind of content you guys are interested in and what is helpful for you, and that's what I want to do, is I want to make sure that I am being helpful. And also it helps me in the algorithm, helping other people see me. Okay, so I'm going to end it here because I do not want to keep on dragging this on. Like, for lack of a better expression, I don't want to be the dead horse. I feel like I gave you all that you need to know and equipped you with all the tips and tricks and stuff. If you found this video helpful or liked any of the tips or tricks, then please hit that like button. It really lets me know this is content you're interested in and it is helpful to you, as well as letting YouTube know that you enjoyed it, and hopefully let other mamas see it and homemakers so that they can get the same tips and tricks. Also, if you're not subscribed, I would love for you to be subscribed and be a part of this little community I have going on here. I appreciate every single one of you that have already subscribed. It really does brighten my day to see that so many people care what I have to say. And as always, friends, happy homemaking, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye!